The all-new 22 Civic, now on sale at Team Honda on Segan Lane.
Howdy.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
Okay.
Yeah, a little post-Sean Payton era.
Oh, we're in mourning today.
Yeah, a little bit.
Even lit a prayer for St. Sean.
Little lit the candle, the old St. Sean candle this morning we were talking
Yeah.
about. We'll talk a little bit about that. Obviously, that yesterday's news is still water cooler talk this morning, but for a lot of folks stepping out this morning, stepping out the door or cracking the window, whatever you're doing, it's a cold start to our little part of the world, and you can see that right here. 30, where are we now?
It says 38.
38
and I
degrees?
tell you, it's not as windy as it was last week, so it doesn't feel as cold. At least that's how I felt this morning walking out of my house.
Yeah.
And I'll take every bit of it.
I think you're right. And as we move through the day, you're going to see that 10-day forecast playing out, warming up into the mid-50s, and then that light freeze tonight into tomorrow morning. It's one of the few light freezes that we're going to have over the next, number of days. But that weekend looking pretty good right there.
Looking forward to the weekend. We always do, especially when there's sunshine.
Always. This is going on right now. This is began to be a topic of conversation yesterday because it's been such a topic of conversation all last year. Crime rate in Baton Rouge, specifically murder rate, big-time crime. How do we get a handle on this? Conversations are about to really begin happening at the local, state, and federal level.
That's it. And Matt said a key word there, federal level. So Mayor Sherrod Westenbroom joining in on talks with the sheriff, EBR Sheriff Sid Gotro, Chief Murphy Paul with the Baton Rouge Police Department, not only with local agencies and nonprofits, but also Attorney General Jeff Landry pulling in federal reinforcements to talk about how Baton Rouge can get involved in a program that can reduce crime rates across the city parish.
So yeah, when you have somebody like the State Attorney General, Jeff Landry, in this conversation, obviously he is the state's attorney, the ultimate prosecutor here in the state, and then you take it up even further, as Liz mentioned, to that federal level. What kind of organizations are out there to be a part of? Actually, there's some big ones. The mayor's going to be having conversations today with the Metro Council about being a part of these groups, bringing in some of these federal potentially dollars and resources to help the issue here in Baton Rouge. Now look, she was quick to point out, and if you're part of the conversations, all those guys and gals, they understand as well, this is not an instant fix. We'd love to see it because after everything we've seen, this is a multi-year process.
And some of this will be coming from COVID federal funds, as a lot of big cities have seen increases in crime. So we'll let you know what comes out of these meetings with all of these important officials.
This is big time for a big while.
Yeah.
Speaking of big time for a big while, COVID-19 has been the story for the last couple of years. Still, though, even after a couple of years, some questions remain. How about you get some answered?
That's it. Dr. Eric Riggs, he's from the New Orleans area.
Right.
We featured him a lot on our morning show on 9 News, kind of letting you know about how COVID is impacting not only people in general, but Louisianians. So if you have a question, no question is too stupid. We've learned throughout the pandemic that everyone's situation is so different, whether you have kids, whether you have a loved one who's immunocompromised, maybe an elderly individual. If you're still scared maybe about getting the vaccine, today's a great opportunity to participate in a Facebook live stream of a call happening partnered by AARP Louisiana.
And you don't have to be AARP, obviously, caters to a certain age group.
Yeah.
You don't have to be. That's just they are the ones really kind of sponsoring this.
Yeah.
So how do you get on this phone call? Right here, the story, WAFB.com, the 9 News app. They ask that you click here to pre-register so that right before it gets started, which is at 10 o'clock this morning, you'll get a phone call and say, hey, we're about to get going. You're invited.
That's how you ask your questions.
Exactly right. So again, look for this story. It's a nice, big, bright graphic right there. Dr. Eric Riggs off in the corner. So again, you got some questions? Hopefully you can get them answered right there.
That's it. Hey, you know how you can support local restaurants and the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank? It's a win-win situation, really. It means you get to go out on a hot dinner date, even if it means taking yourself out. Yeah.
Sometimes you're the best company.
Look,
you're yourself.
You don't have to hear anyone else but the voices in your head.
That's sometimes too much. I mean, seriously.
You, and you.
Oh,
how about it?
Me, myself, and I going out for dinner. I am really expensive. Me is cheap. Myself, right down the middle. Here it is, Baton Rouge Restaurant Week. Every time it comes around, it's fantastic. And depending on, it's sometimes it's different restaurants here or there. There's always a great choice. You'll find the great deals out there, throwing out 3-course meals for great prices. But as Liz mentioned, it's not just about you, yourself, and you going out there and getting a meal. It's a great way to really benefit the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank.
When you go to a participating restaurant for Baton Rouge Food Week, post a picture of your meal on Instagram. It can be a post or a story, and you have to use the hashtag EatBR. For every post that they see, they recognize, they're going to donate $2 to the Baton Rouge Food Bank. The food bank can stretch that dollar and feed a lot of families. So it's really pivotal. I know some people don't like to post what they eat, but this is posting for a cause.
That's very true.
I get it. I get it. Trust me.
That's very true.
Like, not everybody wants to see my cheeseburger. I get it.
I used to annoy the holy hell out of me. Like everybody's Pinterest and Instagram. I'm like, I'm tired of seeing your noodle soup.
Because I feel hungry all the time.
Knock it off.
Right.
But you know what? Show me the noodle soup. Whatever it is you're eating, post. Be able to benefit even more than just that meal of yours. What a great opportunity. It runs through this Saturday?
All through Saturday.
All through Saturday. There you go. Baton Rouge Restaurant Week.
Yum.
Speaking of great opportunities, we were talking about this morning. Actually, a live interview with one of the guys who's got his hands in at the ground level, an opportunity, an esports opportunity to win some scholarship money.
So if you or your kids are great at playing, what is it, NBA 2K?
This is NBA 2K22.
2K22.
Exactly, I know.
If your kid is good at that, they're sitting at home after school playing all day, well, have them play in a tournament that could win them some scholarship money for college. You heard that right. Scholarship money for college.
And this is not an overly new thing. This has been around for a little while, a few years. It's not like this is brand new, so you probably know what this is. The esports, the gaming future.
Right.
Christopher Turner, who helps head this up over at Southern University and Southern Lab, has been instrumental in getting the ball rolling in our little part of the area, certainly with Southern.
Yes.
So much to the point that everybody's like, hey man, what's the blue and gold doing? What's going on here?
Yeah.
And he's had some young guys and gals really win these kinds of tournaments, win that kind of money. His whole idea is it gives another avenue to some people who maybe have no other way out of whatever circumstance they're in.
Right.
Gives them another path to get somewhere. This is legit. It is a multi-billion-dollar industry, not just here, coast to coast. It is global.
Worldwide. Yeah.
And so you are really getting involved in something that has a past, has a present, and has a big future.
So that tournament happening this weekend, this is the qualifying round, so you do have to register, but it's free.
Right.
It is free to get involved. And as Matt said, sports, getting outside, outside activity, it's really not for everyone. So for your kids, if they are gamers, they like to do that, they like to capitalize on it, well, this is a great opportunity to get them in that field to possibly pursue a career in it.
For the parents out there, look, I'm one of them, like, hey, put down the damn remote, get off the tip. This is that opposite. I'm not just talking about wasting away a day watching nothing but blinding YouTube videos for 6 hours. That's not what this is. That's literally getting good at this kind of thing and being able to make a living potentially on it. Or, you know, maybe it's not that, or provide a path towards an education even beyond that. It can help pay for some of that. What a great opportunity. Boom. Exactly right there.
Speaking of gaming, we have gotten some breaking news in, actually within the last couple minutes. So we've been talking about sports betting, sports wagering for a long time.
Is it ever going to happen?
In Louisiana. 8 a.m. Friday, you can place your bets.
So you've seen all the commercials, right? You've seen, I mean, who hasn't?
Boy.
I am, like you are, we are. You know what? I'm tired of. I'm tired of you. I don't care who you are. But for the love of Pete, either do something, or you know the saying, or get off the pot.
Right.
Well, finally now, apparently you can walk to the virtual mobile window and place your bet. Almost 8 o'clock Friday morning, mobile sports betting finally going live in Louisiana.
The Gaming Control Board set to make that all-important announcement soon, but we just got that into the newsroom within the last 15 minutes.
Oh, I am, you are, we are all annoyed at that whole thing.
Thank you. You know the exact commercial he's talking about.
You know exactly
what.
Right.
You can picture it in your head too. The chalets, the tigers. You can picture. I'm so annoyed.
I can see it.
I know.
But we've seen it for like
so many times. Every other commercial. Every other minute.
What's going on?
Yeah. Well,
I'm
you
getting really high pitching. Soon. 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock Friday morning.
Yes.
So there you go. You know what you're not going to be doing? Betting on a Sean Payton-led New Orleans Saints football team anymore. We know this is obviously what broke yesterday. It is still going to be that water cooler talk today. How could it not be? A decade and a half on the sidelines.
And until they name a new head coach, look, let's live it up for a little bit. Let's reminisce on all the good, because it's fun to see all of the players, both current and former, talk about all their memories of when they came on or when he brought them on, or their best memory of him or their time under his wing. It's been really cool to see.
They talked with our sister station down in New Orleans, actually had a good long conversation with Pierre Thomas, running back from back in the day. And you know, if you don't know Pierre Thomas's story, you would just think, oh, are you kidding me? Highly recruited, highly drafted. Of course you did good. That wasn't the case. He wasn't highly drafted. But Sean Payton brought him in. He's like, you know what? Let's make this gig yours. Believe in you. Let's get going. And next thing you know, Pierre Thomas turns into one of the greats to put on a black and gold uniform and start at that running back position. And Sean Payton and crew was able to do that with a number of players. They turned the Saints, he and obviously Drew Brees, into a force to be reckoned with every time they stepped on the field. Everybody knows 2009, that Super Bowl season, the 2011 offensive record breakers, the 2018 season that should have been another Super Bowl appearance, blown call, still not over that. But there's just so much good. But then you go back to what they did post-Katrina. Post-Katrina. Oh.
When you talk about something like that, that massive, that heartbreaking and devastating to that degree, that's their homes too.
Yes.
This is their home community. When you talk about putting heart, believing in your community, and doing that for the city, everybody got on board, which is awesome to see how many people's memories are tied to the good that came after Hurricane Katrina. And more often than not, it was Sean Payton and Drew Brees.
So much from that. It just proves to you time and time again, the importance that sports can play. It's when it gets beyond the field, such an impact. So yeah, we'll be talking a lot about him and celebrating. Look, you can be sad. You can't be mad.
Right.
Because I mean, it's a decade and a half. You can be sad.
It's a long time to give.
It is. It really is. And so excited to see what's next for him. Excited to see what's next for the Saints.
We'll see.
What is next tonight? LSU Men's Basketball. What a great start to the season. And climbing in the rankings as well. What a great... 3 losses in a row now, Liz.
Yeah, hard to see, especially as they move down to the coaches' poll.
A little bit.
Will Wade has talked about the polls. He said, what? Moving up and down? Whatever. Exactly. He believes in his boys, and he knows that they do have their faults. They do need to get better. Tonight, another opportunity to prove that against the Aggies.
What will the LSU squad look like as they step on the court tonight? They're dealing with some injuries, and everybody knows that. So you can fall back on that and say, that's why. That's why. They're not going to use that as an excuse. It was, they'll tell you this, an abysmal offensive performance the last time they were on the court, lowest point total this season. So can they knock down the Aggies? Aggies are on a 2-game losing streak themselves compared to LSU's 9. It's a late game tonight. It's 8 o'clock. It's at home. They're at the PMAC. So will that help them out a little bit? It'd be nice to get back into that win column, you know, pick it back up again as you get to the back part of this SEC season. We'll see.
I hope that tomorrow, this time on 9 News Now, we can be talking about their win.
Right. And then looking ahead as well to a women's basketball team that needs to get back into that win column. We'll do all that. We'll do all that for you tomorrow.
All of that on WAFB Plus.
We
like to recap all the things that you need to know. Little snapshots of news, weather, sports, all the things that are water cooler talk.
All the water cooler, or the whatever you want in your cooler, the vodka cooler. Vodka cooler?
Let's do that.
Is that a thing?
Yes.
Should be a thing.
Let's make it a thing.
Should be a thing.
You know those big jugs of water? Vodka.
Oh my God.
It is a community pot.
Oh, I think you're right. Liz, you know what? I'm coming over. Let's go.
Come on. We could make a sell in doing this.
Yeah, I think we can make this happen. As you make your way over to wherever you're going today to get to that vodka cooler, be careful out there. 38 degrees to get you started here in Baton Rouge. 43 there in New Orleans. Welcome to your lake effect. But everybody going to warm up a little bit. But careful tonight, another light freeze on the way.
That's it. And we've got a couple more.
We do.
We'll talk about that tomorrow.
We will.